This is the S3EP podcast with the best sis advice.
From the Gen Z to the boomers, we got you covered.
Someone once told me the grass is much greener on the
Yeah. Welcome to the S3EP podcast.
Yeah.
If you like that little number, we are the S3EP podcast, and I am going to keep that in because why not?
Is that how it goes?
Someone once told me the grass is much greener on the other side.
Yeah.
And I
Is that how it goes?
I mean, I was going to
That's
continue.
the only part of the song I know.
Oh, so I was going to continue. I figured you didn't.
I didn't know the lyrics.
Were we Ellie and DJ part 2?
I know.
Well, hello, guys. If you have not clicked off already, hello. We are the S3EP podcast.
Thanks for staying.
I'm Kiara.
And I'm Janelle.
And this is super fun. Today, I'm not going to lie. Today got me. My tolerance for alcohol is so...
Wait, Kara.
What? Sorry.
Deliver the good news. I know, don't be fucking snappy. That was rude.
I wasn't. I was trying.
Never
I was
mind.
going to get there.
I don't care about your good news anymore.
No, I was
Move
going to
on.
get there, but I was explaining to them why if my energy is a little low and snappy today, I was going to explain to them. And then I was going to get to my good news.
But let's just get out of the negativity because she's negative Nancy and I'm positive Polly today.
I know. I told Polly to suck it earlier.
She did.
Suck it hard, Polly.
So, Kiara, please deliver your good news. No, don't give any detailed information if you don't want to say it. But
My good news is, drum roll, please. Thank you. I was like,
I was trying to do it with my mouth, but I knew I couldn't do it.
I got a new job. I think I've had like 3 jobs since on this podcast.
Yeah.
But this is a good actual job with good benefits, good longevity. Guys,
It's an actual serious,
I'm a big
real
girl now.
big girl job. Yep.
I have my big girl pants on, and I'm a big girl. I'm playing with the big girls now.
Playing with the big boys now.
I know you're going to get that reference. If you don't, sorry, you suck because you should know
If
it.
you don't, I guess you don't believe in God.
Yeah, this was a long process to get this job. I was really kind of not down. What is it? Discouraged, I guess. Because I would follow up when the lady literally was like, "Bitch, stop emailing."
Literally,
me.
the lady told her to stop emailing me about the job, basically. So after we got that, we were all kind of like, "Ooh, it's not looking too good for you, sis." But sometimes you got to be on these jobs' asses because they be getting busy and they be forgetting.
And you know what? I got great news. I put my 2 weeks in, and I'm starting soon.
Yes.
I'm so
She's
excited.
gonna be working regular hours, so now she could do fun family stuff.
I know. I'm so excited for like the work clothes. Like I already have so much stuff in my car. I'm just waiting for rent to be paid so I can just pay my stuff in my car. I didn't mean I got. It's okay.
Okay, so
It's okay.
Bottom line, she's ready to go shopping. Leave it at that. But it's always fun to get new clothes
I would
for a
love to
job.
know if y'all even noticed our new intro. I love our new
Yeah,
intro.
did you guys like it? We're trying to
Spice it
change
up.
things up around here, spice things up.
I enjoyed it. I'm excited. And guys, never mind. I'm not going to say that. 'Cause I was like, I know I always say this and I'm going to do better. I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to give false hope anymore.
Wait, what do you mean?
So I was gonna say, I'll put out the TikToks out there. I was going to say like, be on the lookout, but I'm not, even though I just did. So it's like, just be happy for your girl. Okay? Just be happy for me.
Yes. Let's move on. Yeah, so great for Kiara. We're so happy. Love that for her. And today's episode, I still don't know what we agreed on, but it's going to have to do with flop eras.
Yeah, because honestly, I feel like my flop era hopefully is coming to an end.
No, that's where I was going with it. I was going to say, 'cause
sis,
we were going to discuss,
safe.
either things that are in their flop era and how to get out of your flop era. Not saying Kiara was in her flop era, but
I was in a good stagnant flop era. I don't think I ever not had a non-flop era because you know what? No, I guess like every job technically I did was better than the last.
right.
But I would say this has been my flop era. I would have to say the last 3 years has been I don't know if it's just me turning 30 soon. Like things are trying to come into my mind and things are trying to play, and I can't really be like a laissez-faire person anymore. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So it's like a serious thing.
You know what I mean? And so maybe that's why I'm considering this being my flop era. Hopefully not too long, or big brands out there, send us some stuff. I'm getting some reach. I'm getting reaches.
Yeah, she's getting reached out.
Brands are sending me stuff. I'm getting paid for it. But keep them coming. Send something to my sis too.
Yeah,
send something
I love some stuff. But okay, so let's go ahead and maybe let's list some companies that we think are in their flop era, or they're entering their flop era, or they stayed in their flop era and they haven't got out.
Before we do that, what do you think a flop era is? Before we even say, because some people may not even get what that means.
Yeah, we've just been saying the word floppity around.
Yeah, just kind of, and people are probably like, what is that? Like, what do you mean a flop era?
I don't know. When I hear the term flop
what does it mean
era,
to you?
To me, because flop can mean different to different people. You know?
Fair.
But I think personally for me, a flop era is something that was started, had a lot of hype, and wasn't good enough to stay relevant, to stay great. It was just new and easy and fun, and it was trendy, and now it's kind of like they're flopping now because they weren't that good to begin with, if you think about it, because there's no longevity behind it.
I was just about to say, so you think something that doesn't have longevity with it is like a flop?
It's flopping because it's like you thought it was going somewhere and then it didn't.
Yeah, so I feel like
our podcast.
We're not in our flop era. We haven't even entered any era.
We're in our Delulu era.
We're in I love the word Delulu.
It's so funny.
People took that from me. I think people heard it from me.
Right.
And I was saying I'm having a delusional year, and I've always been delusional in my life.
Yep.
And I think people are just taking my words. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I didn't make up the word delusional, but I started saying that like I'm Delulu. I'm like, what the fuck's Delulu?
That is such like a funny insult to call somebody though. It's like,
are you delusional?
Like it's super like, you know, like
what,
kind
like
of like
bad.
Well, I know. Yeah. And what about it? I am delusional, you know, but anyways, so
I
that's
think
what
delusional
I think
is similar to like speaking into existence. Is it the same thing? Like it's not manifesting exactly.
No,
more
delusional
like
is like when you think like, yeah, like I could breathe underwater. No, you're delusional. You cannot do that. Like stuff like that. But
okay,
like,
so that's like,
but that's the extreme level of delusion. Like you believe something that you know it's not going to happen. It's like, you know you can't fly. Like don't jump off the bridge. You're
but
delusional.
like to me, like I know I can be an influencer. I know people are gonna want to care what I say.
See, that's to me not being a delusion. I think that's just having a dream. Like 'cause that's possible too. That's like possible to happen.
What I'm doing is speaking into existence, not technically delusional. See, delusional will be like I generally feel like, you know, oh, you're friends with Kim Kardashian, even though she has no idea who I am. That's delusional.
Yeah, that you think you're friends with her. Yeah, but you're not. That's delusional. Actually, I don't know. I was thinking right now, I was like, what's the actual definition of delusional?
Yeah, go ahead with it. Because I guess...
according to dictionary.com, delusional is an adjective.
Wait, is it... You said dictionary or Merriam?
Dictionary.com.
Okay.
I mean...
Webster, I feel, has more credibility.
Oh, like, who says that?
I don't know. I always felt like Merriam-Webster. No, sorry.
Merriam-Webster.
Go ahead. Continue, though. I'm sure there's the same definition.
Characterized by or holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held, despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, typically as a symptom of a mental condition.
So I'm mentally ill.
Hospitalization for schizophrenia and delusional paranoia.
Oh my God. So maybe I need to stop saying I'm in my delusional era.
Yeah,
I'm
because I mean, what causes you to be delusional? An imbalance of certain chemicals.
Oh my God.
Because I mean, there's an actual sense of delusion.
See,
you
like
know?
the thing is as a society, we like don't take anything serious, which is a bad thing sometimes. But like, I feel like they took that word as a delusional and made it into like marketable, make it into like, you know what? Pretty much trendy. Pretty much saying like it's what the law of attraction is like speaking into existence.
Yeah, I don't know how that came about, but it's like wrong. Like it's literally like I'm in my delusional era. I'm a millionaire. I spend money like I do. It's like that's just stupid. You're not delusional. Like there's a difference between being. Do you know what I mean?
Delusional.
Not stupid. I take that back, everybody. But I meant like, oh, I'm in my you know, because it's just like that TikTok sound. I'm just a girl in the world. Yeah, that one. And it's like, oh, in my delusional era, spending money like I'm a millionaire because I'm getting it tomorrow. Like you throw the word around.
Yeah, it's literally like manifesting. I feel like everyone throws
manifesting.
Manifesting. Everyone throws that word around.
Yeah,
around. But
manifest.
When I say I'm
to existence.
When I say I'm delusional, I guess it's not technically like.
Well, because when you use the word delusional, you're thinking like.
Let me know what I think.
Well, no, I'm going to tell you what you're thinking.
Please do.
Is you're thinking like, oh, I'm delusional because I'm acting like something I'm not. Like, oh, you're delusional. Like you're actually pretending to, or quote unquote, pretending to be an influencer when you're not an influencer. It's like, this girl's delusional. She's not an influencer, but she's talking and acting.
To me, no harm.
I'm like, what makes you an influencer? If you influence one person, that's influencing, correct?
I mean, I've had people come to my storefront. Please go to Undiscovered Thirst or KiraJanae.com. I have like, you know, so I've influenced a few people here. There's been people that have buying my, so I am an influencer. You know what? Damn it. I am.
You know what? God damn it.
God damn it.
But do you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm like, like, it's not you being delusional, but it's like funny from like the outside looking in. Like, oh my gosh, she's delusional. She really thinks that she's got people listening.
And I'm
to
sure
her
there's a lot of
TikToks.
people that like look at my TikToks or my. I don't do it on Instagram for some reason. Instagram is more embarrassing than TikTok.
So embarrassing.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like posting like my reel or something on Instagram. So when I like get not assignments.
But I think it's also because like Instagram is definitely more people that follow you, whereas TikTok it's to the world, so like your friend might not even see it or they can.
But you would think people on your Instagram would do better
because
like,
you know them,
but they don't. And like
it's easier to talk to a stranger than a friend.
That's fair, but like
we're not talking about delusion this episode. This was way too long.
Well, it ties into my flop era because reason I'm in my flop era is the reason how I got out of my flop era is I became delusional. Like I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pretend until it happens.
You know what? You're right. I get what you're saying.
Like, you know, that's why.
No, but it's like, but why are you pretending? You're not pretending. You're doing it. Just because you don't have 4 million views does not mean you're not being an influencer. That's what I'm trying to say when you say that. Not the family support. But do you get what I mean? Like, you're like, I'm delusional because I'm already famous and I know it. It's like, okay, you know what? The word thinking you're famous, that's the delusion part.
See, the reason I call myself Undiscovered Thirst for people that want to know, and it became
in case anybody was wondering,
anybody even knew that's what it was. It's because like I'm always been so thirsty, and I feel like I am undiscovered because I'm like always wanting to, like, I guess like I'm thirsty and not the negative term of it. You know what I mean? Like
you're not clout chasing.
Yeah, I'm not clout chasing, and that kind of came from being delusional. Like,
but no, that's what I'm saying. But the delusional part comes in when is you thinking you're famous and you're not famous.
But I am.
That's delusional. But you thinking like, oh, I'm an influencer. I'm getting free stuff. Blah blah. Like that's not being delusional because it's happening. But you know, you think you're actually famous and things like that. That's where the delusion comes into it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep thinking that because I feel like whether it's
fine.
I had 40 people on my live once. Okay.
Yeah, no, and I was one of them.
You were for like a split second. You were watching the whole thing.
I just did it so you got the view count.
Thanks, sis.
But anyways, back to what we were saying. So let's talk about or discuss. These lights are really bright in my eyes.
They are bright. It is, but you know, it's giving us that glow.
Bright in here. Okay, so moving on. So things into their flop era.
Okay, I'll start with this one because I did text you about it, and it makes me sad because like once upon a time this was like everything and everywhere. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. We got was. I'm sorry. I'm so tired too.
Wake up.
Was Kylie's cosmetics, not just her lip kits, but Kylie cosmetics in general. Like there was no one thing Kylie can freaking
Kylie Swim is non-existent.
Oh, Kylie Swim, whatever. But there was not one thing Kylie could put out that wouldn't like sell off the shelves. And I think she's entering in her flop era because I think she just doesn't care anymore personally. Like she obviously, care because it's her name, but I think because she wants to be a mom, she's over it. Like I don't think that's the reason she sold half of her company. Yeah, and I feel like people obviously like being Kylie Jenner, people already automatically like hate you because everyone hates the Kardashians. But I think it's in its flop era. I feel like there's like hers was so like nobody was doing it, so it was so like awesome. But now there's so many type of brands.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say that I think Kylie Jenner was one of the first celebrities to have like a makeup brand that's not obviously already L'Oreal, Maybelline, Chanel, like nothing like that. I think she was one of the first to have like a solid makeup line, of course. And then it was like a ripple effect of every celebrity having some version of a makeup or bronzer from J-Lo's bronzer highlighter and like and then so I feel like she's just but like to me when it comes to like a makeup brand,
like what more can you do?
It's like what more can you do? Like there's only so many colors that you can make in the world. Just put them in different palettes basically, have different themes, which I mean, but to me that's like I don't know. I just feel like certain companies when it comes to makeup just need to like stick to something and that's it.
Yeah, because it was cool for a little bit with her, like particularly when it was like the Grinch collection,
like the Freddie one. Like it was
cool at that time.
Kind of forcing it now. You're just trying to make something up to have a new collab of the same shades. Like at least do something like wild. Like she just always does pinks and browns and reds. Like at least like do a whole palette that's just like green and blue. Do something different. You know what I mean?
And it's actually because I loved it because I loved the pink. I love how it all was pink. Everything, her skin, like everything was cute. But it is in her flop era.
And her Kylie skin, like what was that?
I liked Kylie's skin.
I mean, I never used it, but
I mean, I enjoyed it on mine.
I just feel like it was unnecessary. I was just like, it's just more money. Obviously, 100% Kylie's skin is just. I mean, Swim is just was so dumb. Kylie Baby, it was kind of like, I mean, I guess they're just trying to like make more money, obviously, but I just feel like focus on your makeup because that's flopping. You're trying to do 17 different other brands, and it's like,
yeah, I'm
but
still
what was
waiting.
her son's name again?
Air.
Mm-hmm.
A-R-E.
Air.
Air. And that was
Air Scott. Or is it Airy?
No, it's Air.
Air.
Yeah, it's Air.
That's so like wild. Just if you say it out loud like that, Air.
I mean, I guess I'm the when people said North, like North.
But I always liked North. I never thought it was stupid. I was like, oh,
no, when
cool.
people said like, oh, her name's Northwest, people were like, what?
That's true. It was a wild thing.
But then, like you said, it grows on you. You know what I mean?
But anyways, yeah. So I think the makeup industry in a whole is just like becoming in its flop era because it's so competitive with each other. That's like there's no originality. It's dupe for this, dupe for that, dupe for like.
I think it's crazy how many dupes there are. Like it's just crazy. Like
Dupe?
like I think what I think is insane is that like what that girl's going to do is make a dupe. You know, Elf. Like it's so crazy. Like you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for Elf to make it, and it's decent product, which shows you that like your makeup doesn't have to be $60. You know?
Yeah.
Like Elf does pretty good. Like there's some stuff obviously like. You know, money makes a little better quality on some things.
I always just want to know what makes it like different. Like they use one less ingredient that's expensive. I'm assuming
it must be because, like, yes, you can tell between like at least on my skin. I can only talk from my experience. Like when I use a drugstore type of foundation, it wears off faster.
I've never worn an actual name brand foundation before in my life.
Yeah, but I don't. But you have pretty skin.
But still, I want like a smooth base. Yeah. But anyways, continue. So I think the makeup brand and makeup industry in general, and it's because too many celebrities are dipping their foot in it. Like Ariana Grande, what did you need that for?
Oh, Rem Beauty.
Your crappy toy looking makeup. But I love Ari. Don't get it twisted. I love her. Can't wait to see the Wicked movie. But
who else is it?
I'm just like, what? It literally looks like from the dollar store. I don't know if that was her whole
looks
point.
Like Five and Below.
Yeah, like if that was on the counter, I wouldn't know that was like an actual name brand thing. Yeah. I think, like I said, I think the makeup industry in general.
Yeah,
is
we'll
like
just clip there before we go into details of it.
Yeah,
what's another flop for you?
I personally think it was like a facade for a long time. Flop era is like the Curology and Function of Beauty for like your hair.
Function of Beauty sounds familiar.
Every YouTuber was talking about it back in the day, but it was like customize your shampoo to have all these certain ingredients in it. So like,
I remember Curology because Curology was the same.
Yeah, it's kind of like Curology was like I think like a playoff of Proactive. Then now everyone was saying it was like the worst thing you could put on your skin, like the ingredients and stuff.
The way they pushed Proactive was insane.
We
like,
had it.
Oh yeah, I had it.
I tried so hard to stick to the routine, but I was still so young that like I didn't want to do toner or didn't want to do that. I was like, just wash my face.
Oh my god, it was toner, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Interesting. I don't know why I thought it was
really a wash, toner, moisturizer, like simple 3 steps, like basic.
No, the way they push Proactive, every celebrity, every mall, every like commercial
airport had them in the airport.
It's Proactive.
Bro, and they always like did like teenagers to college kids, like it was like always so like crazy. You don't want to go to school with acne, like made you feel bad about it.
Yeah, and it's okay to have acne. Okay, it's okay. But yeah, that's another one. What was another one you said that was in your flop era?
Hold on, sorry.
Okay. Do you think you've ever been in your flop era? Or have you had one?
I don't know. I was like, I've never been flopped.
I mean, it's okay.
I mean, I don't know. Like maybe right after college.
Okay, I've heard a lot of people say like their flop era is what was either like in or like the end of college or right after, like that little portion.
Yeah, just because I didn't really know what I wanted. I mean, I still don't know what I want to do, but I was like not really motivated to like make money or motivated to like do anything. I just wanted to like wake up every day, and I had to realize like I'm not in school anymore, so I have to wake up early in the morning 9 to 5, and I have to work in the summer and stuff like that. Like, but other than that, for like a couple of months, I wasn't too. I don't feel like I've hit like a huge flop era. I'm like my life was a complete mess.
Yeah, I did,
which is fine. That doesn't mean you're in your flop era. Actually, let's take that out. Because your life is a mess and you're struggling does not mean you're a flop.
No. Mine's more.
I don't think we should push that narrative. Are you in your flop era? Like, what's wrong with just not knowing what to do with your life? No, it's more like it's so fucking hot in here.
I know, and it's all the studio lights.
Studio lights, man.
No, when I say like flop era, it's just kind of something like it's like what that was. You didn't know what you were doing because you were figuring yourself out. There was a point in my life where I knew what I was supposed to do. I just didn't. Like I was just like,
didn't want to.
like, just like with eating, bills, just like everything, just kind of just like on autopilot. I was just like, man, whatever, it'll figure it out. Like that was my personal flop era. You know what I mean? For me per se. And like, but the thing is just like, I thought, what I'm trying to say, the term flop era is just like how we said about delusional. I think it's just people just kind of like created this narrative around it instead of just being like, oh, like, so you're just in like a bad place in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause I would say, how do you get out of it? How do you get out of your flop?
What else do you think is a flop? Because I feel like we didn't really list that much. What do you think is in a flop era?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's move on.
That's why I was trying to transition into how to get out of it. And then you like threw it back over to the other one.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let you guys know 6 ways to get out of a flop era. Whether that is mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever you define as a flop, then you define it that way.
What I was trying to say earlier with my rambling, I feel like people's flop era is like when you're in a rut. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just in a rut right now. Like, how the hell do I get out of this rut? And it's like the Gen Z version of a flop era. You know what I mean? Because like, so companies are tanking right now because they're kind of plateauing. They don't know how to go back up. Like, it's just pretty much what a rut is. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, it's like you feel like you're in a rut. But okay, so speaking of rut, the number one way to get out of a flop era is to rebrand yourself.
I like that.
So the same thing with the company, same thing with yourself. New packaging, new motto, new face of a company.
Yeah, you get yourself that haircut, girl. Get yourself
dye your
hair,
cut your hair, change your style completely. Make smaller habits that lead into bigger changes in your life, and just kind of rebrand yourself. Give yourself a new name. Who cares?
I like that. I like that you can just.
And you could. The best part about it is also you could do it at any time.
Yeah.
There's never a wrong time, too early, too late to rebrand yourself.
Never. There's always a way to make yourself better. You know, whether it's, today I'm going to work out every day. Like whatever's going to make you.
Today I'm going to work out every day.
Maybe no one would have caught that, if you just kept going. I'm just kidding. No, but like, you know what I mean? Like just little subtle ways to rebrand. Whatever you're doing right now that's not working, change it completely, girl. What's another one, sis? I like that. I like rebrand yourself.
Yeah, rebranding I think is always fun. Kind of like New Year, New Me kind of vibes.
I like that term, even though people say it's cringy.
I know. New day, new me, you should say. Because like New Year's like, oh, on New Year's. But it's like you could change it.
See you next year.
I haven't showered since last year. Okay. Embrace your flop era.
Okay.
In her Burning Thoughts column for W Magazine, award-winning journalist Heron Walker shares her answer to the anxiety of her flop era. Who cares? Like Mariah, Christina, and Cher before her, Walker hit a wall in her professional and personal life. Instead of letting these changes define her, she embraced it. Okay. She gained the perspective and realized challenges and failures result in an interesting life. Let go of your insecurities and embrace the flop.
I like that. I like that. Embrace, like, you know what? Yes,
but
I had a
positive way.
Yeah, I had a bad 4 years, That's okay.
A bad life.
I had a bad, but I like that. I like the rebrand and embrace it. Like, you know what? I think the only way to rebrand yourself is that you would embrace it. Because you have to know what you're changing.
You have to first understand that you are in your era, and it's okay to say, like I said, embrace it. So it's okay to say, you know what? Like, I'm messing up right now. Like, it's okay to know that your life is a mess right now. It's okay to know that this is wrong. So if that's step 1. Embrace it. Understand it. Let it be known that failures are part of growth. Once you hit rock bottom, the only way to go is up.
And I think everyone needs, not everyone needs a rock bottom, but like, it's okay if you have a rock bottom. Because I think,
I think that's the shame part that comes into
everyone's
it.
Like, no, not everyone needs one, and not everyone will have one. But if you do, I think it's okay to have, because some people need to like get slapped in the face.
It's more common than to not have one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where everyone's kind of.
I think some people need to hit rock bottom because they're a little too much,
Yeah.
Or they delusional. I don't know.
Okay. Another way, do the hard things first. Okay. People gravitate toward more simple tasks when they're struggling. When this strategy offers short-term gains, research shows that tackling more difficult tasks first leads to less fatigue and more stimulation. Break up your larger to-do list items into smaller pieces to feel like you're progressing, but don't be afraid to slay the big project at home or work first.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
At first I was a little lost or whatever you was saying.
Yeah, that was a little.
I was trying to figure out, but pretty much.
See, I didn't understand what it meant either, so that's why I read it.
Okay, that makes sense. Because so pretty much tackling the hard stuff first.
Yeah, to get out the way. So like whatever you want to do to make a change in
like
your flop era, it's kind of like do the hardest thing first, and then you can figure out the simple things later.
Okay, so whatever's not forcing you, but preventing you to do better, which is usually the hardest part because you're like, you know what I mean?
So I think dealing with the biggest issue first.
So like if your biggest issue is like, oh my God, I can't get my bills together, like figure that out. And then
figure out where the money's going wrong, like what's the issue, and then from there go ahead and figure it out.
Okay,
get done there, which I agree, because I feel like the easier route is to just like, oh, I'm gonna fix this little thing, tweak this little thing here, and then you're left with a bigger problem. But it's kind of like
sweep it under the rug. Okay, I like that. Okay. I need to implement that in my life.
The next is to stay active. Try yoga class in place of a long-term pole class.
That's to get you out of a flop bear. I guess like I said, I'm gonna start saying rut, because that's what it is. Like
I say to get active, and it doesn't have to be crazy hit workout. It doesn't mean you have to go join a gym. Just simple things.
There are so many like communal things that happen in cities that, like, now that I know I'm a part of like that Austin group, where there's like hot girl walks, hot girl picnic things, there's so much things that you can go get active. Or if you don't want to talk to people, you know, like I said, you can go walk in your neighborhood if it's safe and like go do your thing.
We don't recommend if you live in bad part of town walk outside.
If it's not safe, please don't walk by yourself.
Or at night, or unarmed. But no, yeah, I think the idea of people like get active, go outside for a day, like it's just annoying. It's just like,
it's just so
pick up things around your house. Walk up and down in your house. Stand up while you watch TV instead of sitting down.
I love this thing where it says like a workout doesn't mean you have to always go to the gym. If you're cleaning, put some ankle weights on. Yeah, and then that's gonna already like just get active.
You burn so much just doing daily tasks that you don't even know.
Yeah,
you know. So like if you're not crazy into having an active lifestyle, just changing minor things, like instead of driving to your mailbox, walk to your mailbox, little things like that. It's kind of like just get up and active, don't just like sit down.
It's so annoying because everyone's like, you know, endorphins, like no, when you never regret a workout, you know, it's like so annoying, but it's so true. Like once you work out, you get like the best
hardest
feeling.
Part is starting, but once it's done, you're not like, damn, I wish I didn't do that.
Damn, I never wish I did like the 30-minute treadmill where I lost all this sweat and you know.
Yeah, that was too far. Yeah, but no,
I couldn't stop myself. It was going.
This is up Kara's alley.
Oh Lord, what is it? The chocolate cake.
You read it already?
I saw one.
Oh no, the chocolate cake's at the end, but that's not what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Feel free to be cringe.
Oh, I love this. I think people are so not worried about what people think, because you don't care what people think, you know, for the most part. And I don't. But like, I think people think everything's cringy because it's like not the norm, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's cringy to you because it's just like, oh, like.
Well, no, I think it's like it goes hand in hand with the delusional of things. Like, it's cringy to see someone like talk to their story and it's like, you have 2 views. Not even that. Not like, I'm not saying 2 views, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Someone's talking to the camera like, hey guys, so I just came back from the shopping mall. I'm gonna show you guys what I got. Like what quote unquote famous people do, and it's like cringy because it's like, why is she doing
who
this?
Are you talking
like, exactly
to?
Like who's listening to this?
But
like kind of idea.
Are 2 people. Like I said, I don't really. For something to be cringy, like for me to think it's cringe, something has to be very, very like out there.
I think like cringy comes with like obviously it being
like secondhand embarrassment.
Like I'm embarrassed for you. Like I'm trying to think of some examples because like I've seen people talk to the camera and I'm just like, girl, like I was like, I know I'm not listening to.
And you know what? And that's why it's scary on Instagram.
No, that's so scary on
that's
Instagram.
Why
but like TikTok, I feel like nothing's cringy except like people you see crying on camera and like it not look genuine to me is so cringy.
It depends what they're crying about. Like when that mom was talking about her son and she starts tearing up. That makes sense.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No, I know, but I'm saying when people are. I know what you're saying.
What I'm talking about is when they put it in the car. You're standing there looking out the window, crying, pulling your hair while like a big caption reads, and then there's music in the background. Like in my mind, I'm like, were you recording yourself? And then like, you know, this would be a good clip for YouTube or their TikTok, like it being part of a longer video. Or did you set up the TikTok, start crying, and in your mind, I'm using this for content? That's the cringy part to me. If you're like, because some people do take pictures and videos of themselves crying so they can look in the future like, oh, look how far I've come, this used to be what I do, and now I'm not. So I think that's fine.
No, I know what you mean. Like they set it up.
Like, see, if you took those videos and then you were looking through and said, oh, this would be a good like learning experience, or because some people actually like to see other people feel the same way that they feel so they know they're not alone. That's fine. But the process behind it, I'm like, did you go to your car that's not moving, that looks like it's parked in front of your house, not out anywhere else, start crying, record just for the video, or was it clipped and then you just used it for a video?
I think it's just, no, I just think it's just a good acting
and then
job.
and then when it's done, you're like, okay, like that's what I'm talking about.
I think it's just, acting. It's like everybody's TikTok's their own little mini movie. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to
make a commercial
or commercial, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to cry, make this, I know this caption's relatable. Right. And then I'm going to stop and go on with my day.
No one's saying it's not. I'm just saying that's very,
it is cringy. It is cringy.
And I'm just like, no. But there's like this video of this girl like crying, doing like a day in her life or whatever. And she's crying the whole time. And like, I get it if it's for the skit, because like it's kind of like acting, like you're showing it. But the idea of like crying, stopping the camera, putting it somewhere else to watch you crying, make your bed, stopping the camera, and then putting right here crying to do your makeup.
It's for the audience to be like, somebody did this in real life somewhere. So then, while you creating that,
it's like
TikTok,
making them relatable.
No, that's relatable.
What I'm saying. I get the idea of it, but
I think what people think the
filming of it is
the filming. Like when you see on TikTok someone like, oh my god, that's such a cool video, but I can't imagine actually creating it when there's tons of people
like,
outside.
Oh, I relate to that so much. Like that's why I said like the video itself is not bad. It's like the process is
like
cringy.
That's what I meant to say. Like if you're seeing a video on there and you're like, that's so cool, but then you're thinking on the outside of like you gotta set it up in this,
and then go cry in her shower. Like that is the cringy part. But
that's
the
what people
actual
say
video
when
itself
actors
is not
like,
cringy.
I can never be an actor because you're acting and it's like quiet and like
there's no background music. Yeah. And you have to do it like 20 times. It sounds like those always crack me up when you see behind the scenes. Like, okay, maybe I'm not meant to be an actor.
Yeah.
But like I feel like that's like your job. Like you know it. You're gonna be cringy.
Yeah.
Like you know. I don't know. Like I feel like that's cringy. I feel like I'm trying to think of something else that's cringy. Like the super bad prank videos. I don't care. It's not acting. That's just stupid.
The prank.
And I was like, if it's for kids, obviously I get it. But like two grown adults, like
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just like there's like difference between being like a funny prank and then like a skit prank. Like you both have a script and you're both like, okay, I'm gonna say this and you're gonna fall down. I'm like, that's embarrassing and cringy. If you're like a family channel, no, I get it because you have kids watching you. If you're grown as adults and you're doing prank videos in 2023 that are like so fake, it's like, why?
Oh, well, when it's just like
maybe for the views, I get it, but like
no, I think it's interesting because people still like to watch that. Like the random ones where it's like recording my boyfriend while I say this, knowing damn well you had a whole ass debrief of what you're gonna say to each other. But it's just like,
but I'm like, do they think this is
what
believable?
Do you mean? What do you mean you're wearing that? It's like, all right, you know what I mean? The couple videos,
or like the couple videos, or like my husband's on a business call, walking front with a towel. Go sit down. Like, like how old are you? Like this is stupid.
But yeah, the couple ones are just as cringy.
Do you know what I mean? Like I get it. It's for
look
the
up
video.
The definition of cringe via
cringe. See what the actual definition is.
Cringe is. Because like when you, oh my god, this mic's alive.
Because you understand what cringy means.
Yeah, like it's just something like when someone like, oh, that's so cringy.
Yeah,
I think it's cringy. It's
different than embarrassing.
It's secondhand embarrassment. Like you're embarrassed for them.
Oh, I guess cringe is different ways.
Oh,
okay. So I guess one of the words for cringe is bends one head and body in the fear of a servile manner.
Like
okay.
Like you're cringing.
Like power. Yeah. Okay, a cringe. Okay.
You have to do your.
And then the next is have an inward feeling of acute embarrassment, embarrassment and awkwardness. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're like feel embarrassed for them.
That's what I said. Yeah. It's secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else is cringy.
Literally every American funniest videos, all those are secondhand embarrassment.
What? But they're like natural though.
To me, they're not funny.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not funny, but they're not cringy because it's real.
Some are.
You think please show me which videos you think are fake. Fake.
No, they don't have to be fake. It's just to me, it's like a cringy. Like to me, that wasn't funny.
Oh, I see. And people are like dying laughing.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they have applause up there.
A laughter.
Yeah. What was that? Any other else on the flop bear?
Oh, it was just eat cake in bed.
Oh, I wish that narrative wasn't there because that gave me. I can only speak for myself when it's like, oh, when you're super
part
sad.
Of the belly community.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Sorry, I thought that was coming next.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I just said I wish that wasn't a narrative pushed during my generation. Like when you're super, super, super sad, you get a ice cream and cake and you indulge.
I think that sounds like a personal problem. Like people who have like, not to you personally, I'm saying in general, because people who do have a difficult relationship with food and it being like not glamorized, but kind of like nothing makes you feel better than eating ice cream, like, you know. But people can have a really ugly narrative with food when it comes to that.
But like every movie, every rom-com, everything
when they get a breakup,
it's like
because it's good and it tastes good and it makes you feel good and it makes you happy. So it's like, just eat it. It doesn't have to be cake. If you like pineapple, eat the pineapple. Like, but it's just like, who would eat pineapple over cake or over ice cream? You know what I mean? But it is like pushed on us, like, not on us, but like it's pushing society to like just eat when you're sad, or when you're going through a breakup, eat chocolate.
I wish when I was sad, stressed, or upset, like I wanted to like go work out in the gym. Like I
wish some steam,
like I
bro.
wish that was my coping mechanism. Like I wish that was it, but it's like
mine is literally just to sulk. But like I think like
just go in a dark room in the shower.
That's what they're saying. Eat cake in bed. They're basically saying like, let yourself feel it. Let yourself be sad about it. Mm-hmm. It's okay to feel it. So if you're eating cake to make you feel better in bed, sulking in your 3-day-old pajamas and just letting yourself feel it, I think that's what their message is trying to say. I think.
Please don't.
Okay, let's wrap it up now. This was pretty informative, I feel.
No, I think this is great because like everybody has a rut/flop era. Everyone's due to have one eventually. Some may be longer or bigger than others, but everyone has one time,
and it's okay to be in a rut. It's okay as long as you don't stay there. The issue starts to happen is when you stay in your rut because you're either too embarrassed to acknowledge you're in one, or you don't know how to get out of one, or you might not want to get out of one. But I feel like understanding that you're in a rut is normal. Happens to everyone. I don't care what anybody says.
Excuse me.
A version of a rut is going to happen in your life. And now, to the level of the level that it is different, because people have like a workout rut. They don't want to work out anymore.
Yeah, I'm right now. You know what I mean? Book rut. You know, everyone has a little rut.
Rut. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like as long as it's not a danger to yourself or anything too crazy, it's okay to be in a rut. It's okay to sulk in it. It's okay to be lazy for a couple of days. As long as it doesn't add up to years and now that's your lifestyle now, then everything's okay.
Yeah. And like I said, be delusional. You know, that's kidding. But this was a fun episode, sis. I enjoyed. Don't shake your head.
Like, where did that come from?
Because
I thought you were gonna continue.
No, I was.
So that's why I was like, okay,
but then like I was gonna go into another tangent. I was like,
no, we don't changed it. I was all.
You know what? It's okay, guys.
Be Delulu.
Be Delulu, and follow me on TikTok. Undiscovered Thirst on TikTok, on Instagram. I do not have a Twitter that's tied to that brand of me. And tell your if you're in a flop era, that's fine, as long as you get out of it and you follow the S3EP podcast, because we're here to make your
life better.
Whether you're listening to us in the morning, the night, working out. You should listen to us working out. This is a quick little 30 minutes, get you through. No, you wouldn't?
Thank you, sis.
You wouldn't listen? You also know, fuck our podcast.
No. I was like, I don't listen to podcasts while I work out.
I don't either.
Sometimes I will, because like I want to focus on what people are saying.
I want to pump sesh.
And I don't want to like just.
We can sing for you too. You heard us at the beginning of this episode.
Okay, so make sure to leave us 5 stars review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If it's anything else, then we know you're lying. But again, thank you guys so much for the support. Make sure you share our podcast to everyone that you know, and never stay in a rut. Remember to get out of it, and most importantly, always remember to do you, sis.